Ah, welcome time travelers and welcome new time travelers. As always, if you're new to this channel and enjoy learning about history, not only from the US, but from around the world, one event at a time, then don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today we're going to start out in 1846 when Alexander Joy Cartwright arranged a baseball game between the New York Knickerbockers and the New York Nine at Hoboken, New Jersey, the first baseball game to use the set rules on which today's game is based. 1865 is with the arrival of the Union soldiers in Galveston, Texas, the state's residents finally learned about the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. And if you watched, again, my videos about the presidents, you will learn who did the Emancipation Proclamation. And the day became the annual holiday known as Juneteenth, commemorating the end of slavery in the United States, which today became a national holiday, is celebrated as a national holiday. 2 years later, in 1867, the Emperor of Mexico, Maximilian, was executed by a firing squad. 1896, the American socialite Wallace Warfield, who became the wife of Prince Edward, Duke of Windsor, also known as Edward the Eighth, after the latter abdicated the British throne in order to marry her, was born. 1903 is when Lou Gehrig, also known as the Iron Horse, one of the most durable players in American professional baseball and one of its greatest hitters, was born. 7 years later, in 1910, the first Father's Day was celebrated in Spokane, Washington. In 1934, the Federal Communications Commissions, or the FCC, was organized in the United States. On this day in 1942, Russian forces repulsed new attacks on Sevastopol as the battle for Crimson Fortress neared crisis. 2 years later, in 1944, during World War II, the Japanese Combined Fleet and the U.S. Fifth Fleet engaged in a major air and sea battle, the Battle of the Philippine Sea, which ended the next day with a U.S. victory. Moving on to 1959, when U.S. Senate rejected a vote of 49 to 46 confirmation of L.L. Strauss as U.S. Secretary of Commerce. Now let's make a stop in 1961, when Great Britain recognized Kuwait's independence. 2 years later, in 1963, Soviet cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova, who was the first woman to travel in space, returned to Earth in the spacecraft Vostok 6. Moving on to this century and 2013, American actor James Gandolfini, who was best known for his portrayal of mafia boss and family man Tony Soprano in the HBO drama series The Sopranos that ran from 1999 to 2007 passed away of a heart attack while vacationing in Rome. And finally, in 2016, the Cleveland Cavaliers, led by star LeBron James, defeated the Golden State Warriors in a thrilling game 7 to claim the franchise's first NBA title. And with that, I will see you all in the next one.